Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 14 of What If Naruto Was to Advance for His Age. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the brand new series over on Anime King of What If Naruto Failed the Genin exam and was intensely trained. Part 1 guys, and enjoy that over Anime King, and stay in tune for a new episode of Anime King 3 later on for you guys to enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And yes guys, I have 3 channels: Anime King 2, and Anime King 3. Links will be down in the description for Anime King and Anime King 3, so go ahead and enjoy those as well. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Team 8 along with Naruto had went to the fire capital, as there was a man there that Minato suspected was giving over information to Orochimaru, as Naruto ended up infiltrating the man's house and made his way inside, getting past all of the guards. Hinata used her Byakugan as he was able to find out where the briefcase was. Inside he saw all plans of Konoha, as Naruto realized that they were in trouble. He took the plans and he quickly left with them, as he handed them over to Kurenai. He had to move out of the way as they were attacked by a missing link from Kumo, as the man was Jonin level, as Kurenai had to take the Genins out of there, as she brought them to safety, also handing that over towards the Fire Lord, for him to see that his subordinate was truly trying to betray Konoha. As Naruto took on the missing and the both of them clashed, the man released several potent lightning abilities. He ended up releasing an extremely dense one that destroys several houses in the process. But then, Naruto used a technique that he has been working on. Using the air pressure along with his lightning, Naruto moved so fast the man was unable to keep up. With a single strike, the man was taken down, as Kurenai and the others came back. The Fire Daimyo apologized, as Konoha's secrets were leaked to the traitor they did not know. But they had to report to Minato instantly, so with that they made their way back to Konoha rather quickly. As this was grave news. If Orochimaru had this kind of information, this was bad. Minato talked to the third. Orochimaru could be aligned with one of the great nations that wanted Konoha to fall. After all, they weren't the top nation for nothing. They had many enemies, many enemies. And the stone was the first thing that came on Minato's mind. He will have to call a council meeting, and that is what he did. Well, not before sending Naruto on a mission, him along with Neji. The group hasn't been on much mission together, seeing that they have been split up lately, giving Naruto tactics and his infiltration skill. But Team 7, with Sakura and Sasuke and Sai, their Jonin sensei was killed on a separate mission, so here's another assigned Kakashi to watch over them, and they made their way towards the hidden wave where they were attacked by Zabuza. As Kakashi had sent for backup after he defeated Zabuza, but he was extremely exhausted. Neji and Naruto got that mission, so both of them made their way. Minato called a council meeting. What he was about to tell them was top secret, so he asked all of them to place their hand on a seal. Danzo hesitated a bit when he heard what the seal entailed. If this information was leaked by them, he would be notified immediately. So with that, both Neji and Naruto quickly made their way to help Kakashi and his team at the hidden wave. So yeah guys, those basically that's what left off. You guys can switch across the place and check out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode. After they've been traveling for a while, they came to a stop at a destruction area. Neji activated his Byakugan. As he glanced around, I sensed heavy concentration of water chalk around here. Whoever it was, they were at least Jonin level. In Kakashi's message, he encountered one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, Zabuza Mamakai. So this might have been where the encounter had taken place, said Naruto as he looked around. Neji nodded as that was the most possiblest. Conclusion. Further scanning and Neji close in on another chakra over towards the tree on the left. This third chakra was different from the regular ones that he felt at the lake. There's a third chakra, Naruto, close to the trees on the left. However, I can't figure out this person's chakra. There's both water and wind at the same time, said Neji. A bloodline then, said Naruto. Neji nodded as he focused some more. He made his way over the tree and placed a hand on it. Naruto, come here for a moment, said Neji. As Naruto made his way, as he climbed up in the tree that Neji was in. Place your hand right here, said Neji, and tell me what you feel. Naruto did as he was told. Upon feeling how cold the tree was, intensely cold, a thought came to his mind. I remember learning at the academy that the first Hokage was able to use Mokiton by merging both water and earth element. Maybe this is the same thing, but with a mixture of wind and water. What would be the possible outcome of those unions, said Naruto. As Neji thought about it, wind could be used to drop the temperature of the water, turning it into ice. But I am unaware of any clan that is able to manipulate ice, said Neji. However, we must get to Kakashi and find out the situation. Naruto nodded. Both boys shoot off. Focusing chakra to their feet, they were able to move even faster. After a while, the two stopped in front of the sea. The heavy mist was blocking their view. Neji focused his Byakugan as he peered through the mist. Naruto, let us proceed with caution. We will be walking towards Wave Country. Please, follow me, said Neji, as he stepped onto the water. As he made his way with Naruto behind him, the group made their way as they started to see dryland approaching. I can see that Tazuna has been busy, said Naruto. This is one hell of a bridge. Neji nodded as they approached dryland. Instantly, they hid behind a couple of trees. They saw a group of bandits passing. They were scouting out the area. After the guards left, the both of them flipped onto the trees and launched themselves forward. They landed softly down into an alleyway. They transformed, using the transformation turned into normal civilians as they made their way to Tezuna's house. As they walked though, both of them flinched at the state of poverty that was upon the land. Children were on the street, starving to death, and all the doors were closed, since they knew from their last mission where the drunk old man lived. It wasn't hard for them to find the house. As the both of them arrived, they dispelled the transformation as Naruto knocked. The door cracked open slightly, as it was Tazuna who answered. He looked over the both of them before a smile came on his face. Neji-san, Naruto-san, I'm glad to see you too. You must be the ones that Kakashi-san said that will come. Please come in. We're having dinner right now, he said, as he led them inside. As they walked inside, Tsunami was in the kitchen, and someone was on the couch with the book over his face, at the orange book. As Naruto already knew that it was Kakashi. That book in his hair was a dead giveaway. The both of them could see that man looked exhausted, so they didn't bother to wake him. Time skip. Kakashi woke up as he could sense two new presents inside the house. He relaxed as one of them was Naruto, as he turned to see them right there in the hall, standing, talking together. I'm surprised you two came here so fast, he said. I wasn't expecting you to arrive until tomorrow. Hokage-sama orders your message. Preserve him, and he wanted us here, just in case Zabuza or someone stronger appears, said Neji. As Kakashi saw Naruto looking at him with a strange expression. What is it, Naruto? He asked. Well, upon coming here, we stopped at the place where you and Zabuza engaged each other. Neji managed to find a third chakra presence hidden. His chakra, though, was a mixture between water and wind. We believe it's a Keiki Genkai for ice manipulation. Given that you didn't put anything in your report about that, did you see anything, Naruto asked? I don't know about the ice manipulation, but a fake hunter Nin managed to save Zabuza in the end. If this is true though, this mission will be a lot tougher than I thought. As it stands, we have 4 enemies to fight. Mamakai Zabuza, this fake hunter Nin, and the 2 demon brothers. And I don't know if Gato has other ninjas under his paycheck, said Kakashi. Naruto and Neji nodded. So where are the Genins right now, said Naruto. I imagine that they should be in here as well. They are training outside in the forest, a mile away from here. I placed 2 exercise for them to cover, tree walking and water walking. Their control is pretty decent by now, but I'm worried about their chakra reserves for the enemies. Haruna's chakra is the worst of them all, so I've placed her exclusively for the tree walking exercise. By doing that, she would raise both her stamina and her chakra. Sasuke, Uchiha, and Sai are on the same level when it comes to chakra capability, so they would just have to be working on chakra control. That would be their top priority. Are you considering placing the fight Demon Brothers, Kakashi-san? From what I've concluded, Zabuza is on the same level as you are, so you'll be facing him once again. The Hunter Nin is unknown and the second concern with this bloodline of his, so Naruto and I will be fighting him. That will leave the Demon Brothers against the Genins, when one of them would be protecting Tazuna, said Neji. Kakashi looked towards him as he was planning the same thing, but Naruto saw a loophole. Placing Genins against the Demon Brothers is a major risk, Kakashi. The Demon Brothers are known for their nearly perfect synchronization. Plus, it's evidence, if you weren't here to save them, the Demon Brothers would probably kill the group and kill the client as well. The numbers are the same, but the strength level of the opponent is greater. They have a Jonin, 2 Chunins, and a ninja who possess the ability of manipulating ice, and that is all we know about that one. We have 1 Jonin, 2 Chunins, and 2 Genins, said Naruto. You're right, Naruto, but unfortunately, there isn't much space for us to work on. You said yourself the fake Hunter Nin can manipulate ice. We have no idea how exactly this bloodline works, and we have no idea what else he's capable of. He could probably be at Jonin level for all we know. It would be best to place you 2 against an unknown enemy. But I want to hear your idea, so we can figure something out, said Kakashi. As Naruto nodded, instead of forming doubles, we can fight all together against the Demon Brother and the fake Hunter Nin. This way, we can engage a Hunter Nin and become a backup for the Genins in case they need help against Demon Brothers. As both Kakashi and Neji start to mull over the idea, but Naruto wasn't finished. This way the Genins are better protected if the Demon Brothers overcome them. Well, I guess this is the best course of action we have. But this will place a bigger responsibility for you guys to be handling together. Protecting someone and fighting at the same time require a lot of multitasking and tough choices to be made. As both boys nodded as Neji smiled, Kakashi looked at him. It was strange to see a Hyuga like this. Naruto and I were able to take care of much more. Kakashi-san, you can trust your Genins to us. Well then, because of the fog, the bridge construction was suspended. Let's go see how the Genins are getting along, said Kakashi, as they made their way. It didn't take too long. The trees here was rather luscious. After all, they were near the ocean. They were getting a lot of sunlight and a lot of water in their roots, so they were tall, probably even taller than the trees back at Konoha. As they walked, the sound of kunais slicing into something could be heard. As Kakashi explained, they were using kunais to mark their progress on the trees. They walked into the clearing as they saw 3 trees with marks all over. Kakashi reasoned that Sakura had the best control to all of them, so her marks were more spaced out, while Sai and Sasuke marks were close together. Nevertheless, it seemed like all 3 of them managed to walk up the tree. Genins, come. Our reinforcement has arrived, said Kakashi. 3 heads emerged from behind the trees as they made their way over towards Kakashi. This is Hyuga Neji and Naruto Namikaze. They will aid us in our fight against Zabuza, Kakashi introduced. Sasuke narrowed his eyes towards Naruto before turning back to his sensei. Kakashi-sensei, I'll go to the lake now and train for the second exercise. As he quickly walked off, that skull on his face. Sakura chased after him as Kakashi turned towards Naruto and asked him what happened. Naruto simply laughed. He's probably still mad at me because I didn't let him use the Sharingan to copy my techniques, said Naruto. Kakashi shook his head as he told Sai to join the others in the water walking exercise. Kakashi narrowed his eye as Naruto and Neji also saw it. The person quickly fled off with tremendous speed. It was the Hunter Nin from before, Kakashi-san. I was able to see him in my Byakugan. It's a good thing that we didn't show our techniques. He's fleeing rather quickly. There will be no point of chasing him right now, said Kakashi. This could be a trap, or he's probably just worried. And he's quickly going back to Zabuza to relay the information. How long do you think next attack will take, said Naruto, considering the method that the Hunter Nin used to aid Zabuza? I think it will take at least a week. I'm heading off to the lake to help Jenny speed things up so we can get them ready, said Kakashi, as he headed off, leaving the both of them behind. It would be wise for us to improve as well. Do you have anything on your list to practice, Naruto? Asked Neji. Naruto smiled as he nodded. He extended his arm as Neji watched. Out of nowhere, blue engine started to form near his palm as it started to swirl. Neji was shocked. The Rasengan, the Futokage's technique, but it dissipated, much Naruto's discomfort. I've been training with the Rasengan in secret for a while now, said Naruto. I managed to condense the energy, but I don't have the needed control to keep it stabilized. He then turned to Neji and asked him what he was up to. Neji had the decency to smile. I, for instance, has been trained to adapt Earth Ninjutsu into the Jayugen style of fighting. I'm developing a stronger technique, defensive wise, which are called Earth style. Heavenly Spin Rotation Jutsu. The theory revolved around me creating an outer layer rotation. The first one, the normal rotation. The second one being another layer that will block absolutely anything. After I manage this, I'll move on to offensive attacks, said Neji. I can see that you put a lot of creativity in this, but that second defensive layer, won't it blind you, said Naruto. After all, having so much chakra in front of the Byakugan, could he see through it all? Neji simply smirked, as he told Naruto that his Byakugan has increased in density and range. He could pinpoint the chakra of the enemy coming, so that he could turn it and move it in all directions. Time skip. At Konoha, approximately 5 hours has passed since the meeting, as their target was to create a new, specialized defense, so Orochimaru would get a nasty backlash. But still, it was difficult. Konoha defensive system has been used since the first Great Shinobi War, and since then no one has been able to invade Konoha. But the problem was, Orochimaru knew Konoha from inside out. He was glad that no one protested to this. After all, they understand the threat of Orochimaru and what Konoha will face, because they have no idea which village he's allied to. He also got some interesting idea from Shikaku, as Hiruzen approved it as well. A new alarm seal will cover the outer layer of Konoha to alarm them. When the alert began, they would evacuate the Genins and the civilians. The low-level Genins would go with the civilians, keeping them safe until they reached towards the monument, while they would stay there as well, while some higher-ranked Genins or Chonins will come into the fray to keep them protected. With all the population hidden and protected, the battle plan could go off without a hitch. Now that they have this though, thanks to Naruto and Kurenai's team, the village will be prepared beforehand. Orochimaru would even know what hit him. Meanwhile, with Yujeu, once arriving to the apartment, she was a wreck. Her career was demanding a lot from her. Know that her team captain was reassigned as a Jonin sensei of a Genin team. Yamato became the captain now, and now she was second in command, which was a major responsibility. And because of the sudden rumor of a future invasion, Anbus were in charge of scouting around the village constantly. So she just wanted to get into her comfy bed and sleep. After having a warm, relaxed shower, she went to bed, relaxing, as the image of Naruto popped in her mind, as it brought a smile to her face. She heard about his mission to Wave Country, and it would take a while for her to see him again, as she sighed in dismay. Once again, the job got in the way of things. When Naruto was available, her envoy duties didn't allow them to spend time together, and when she was available, Naruto had went out on a mission. They hardly got time to see each other. Her dream was a subconscious thought of what she wanted to do in case she was here with him. Well, it turned a bit naughty. After all, she missed him a lot. As she slept, as she kept on twirling and moving around in the bed, rays of sunlight hit her eyes as she groaned. Time surely fly past quickly. She lifted up herself slowly. Wearing a light blue kimono, there was something there for her, a scroll, at the front of her apartment. She picked it up as she made her way back to make some breakfast. Nico-san, we have a scouting mission northeast from Konoha, present at headquarters in an hour. She quickly finished making her coffee. It wouldn't take her so long. She got ready and made her way. She just hoped that Naruto came back soon enough, and the both of them had some time off. As she placed on her mask, time skip, a week later, slowly opened his eyes as he adjusts to the sunlight. He heard noise coming from the kitchen, as he assumed that it was Tsunami. Neji was still sleeping on the sofa, as he was in his bed. Well, it was the floor, with a futon and a couple of blankets. He made his way. Oh, good morning, Naruto-san. You woke up early, said Tsunami, as she was cleaning some dishes. I guess the sun woke me up, you could say. I went to sleep early because I overexert myself in my training. He picked up the coffee jar and poured himself some. As he sat down in the chair, he saw Tsunami extending a cup, as he poured some of the coffee in her cup as well. As she sat down and started a conversation with the blonde. I've not seen many ninjas before, but most of them I've seen, I've never seen them train so hard. Why do you train so hard, she said. Well, there are two reasons, said Naruto. One, without it, we're pretty much doomed out there. And the other, this being a more personal reason, is to better protect those I care about. I train hard so when time comes for me to protect the ones that are close to me, I won't fail. Interesting, she said. Well, the shinobis I met before, I never actually talked to them. So what can you tell me about your lifestyle, she said. Well, nothing really out of the ordinary, I guess. We train and do missions, But once we return, it is not much more than a civilian would do. Going out to bars, restaurants, taking a swim in the lake, walking in the park. I, for instance, enjoy full moon gazing. Going through those things. Despite most people not seeing that we're still just human, he said. Oh, I didn't... No. It's fine, said Naruto. It's just that usually civilians think that our life are a lot different. But in actuality, it is pretty similar to yours. Well, except for the fighting part. Well, I guess you're right, she said. Would you like some bagels, she asked. Sure, he said. The rest of the room started to wake up. As they made their way, it has been a full week since the battle. So, they had this suspicion that today was the day that they attacked Tazuna on the bridge. After everyone was ready to depart, Tsunami wished them all good luck. They had no idea when Zabuza will come, so they had to be prepared, they had to be ready. But Kakashi had his head on his body, as Gato might use his family as leverage. They end up taking Tsunami and Inyari to a lighthouse, somewhere where they will be protected. As Naruto had placed a seal on the door just in case, as he sealed a clone inside. It was going to be activated if anyone come near. That was not the two that was inside. Inside was rather large. They had brought food with them, and there was bathroom inside. So they had nothing to worry about until the time was up for them to deal with Zabuza, Gato and his thugs. Kakashi saw what Naruto was doing. As Naruto mimicked his eye smile, a little insurance just in case. Kakashi nodded, good thinking. Time skip at the bridge. They were dead on as soon as he came from the bridge. The mist was not ordinary as Neji activated his Byakugan, as he could see the chakra particles in the air. But the mist was too coated as it overcame Byakugan. It was filled with chakra all around. Upon reaching the center of the bridge though, everyone frowned. Bodies lay on the ground, while not covered in blood. They couldn't tell if they were unconscious or dead. Either way, it was clear. Zabuza was attacking. Out of the blue, a voice emerged. Long time no see, Kakashi. It appears you brought more friends to be killed, said Zabuza. Neji could only see the outline of the man. Naruto, would you please do the honors, said Kakashi. As Naruto went through hand sign, wing style, great wing breakthrough, as Naruto blew the fog away, showing Zabuza and the others at the other end of the bridge. Sasuke snorted, but Naruto knew that little punk just wanted to see his technique with his Sharingan from to try and copy it. It seems like your group is a bit stronger this time. Well then, it seems that the battle will be more entertaining. Let's see which group will be left standing after this little battle between us. Zabuza wasted no time and shot forward. As Kakashi gave the signal, the genin stepped back. As Kakashi moved forward and blocked the giant blade kunai, the demon brothers speed forward. As Sai brought to the blank scroll as he draw a couple of lion. Ninja art, super beast, imitation joint jutsu, he said. The lions attacked the demon brothers, but the demon brothers use the claws on their hands as they tear right through it. Sasuke wastes no time. Fire style, fireball jutsu, he said. The brothers split as they flip, evading the technique as they charge straight towards the genins. Sai grabbed his short tonto, while Sasuke brought out two kunais. Metals violently crashed against metals as they reach a stalemate. The demon brothers fought well, but with Sasuke's Sharingan he was able to cope, and Sai was keeping him as well. But the demon brothers fought as one unit, so if they separate from Sai, the other one quickly go over towards his other brother to bring down the pressure on Sasuke. As they flipped over each other as Sasuke saw the chain coming towards him, but his body was already turning the momentum to block the other demon brother from his side. Instantly, Naruto blocked the chain with his strange knife. Sasuke's eyes were wide, as he couldn't even move. That thing would have just pierced right through him. As Naruto sliced the thing right in half, when chakra pulsed him through a strange knife, he flipped as he launched two powerful blows in the chest of the demon brothers, launching them backwards. Looking back, Naruto saw the frightened look on Sasuke's face. He had to do something. Wake up, Sasuke. Don't chicken out of the fight, he said, taunting him to make him get back into the groove. Sasuke turned his head. What did you just say? I said, are you a chicken or something? Sasuke cursed back at him as he quickly leapt back into the fight. As Naruto smirked as he turned back towards Neji, who were blocking the Senmon from the Hunter Nin. As Naruto moved and flipped, he used the momentum of the bridge to launch himself towards the Hunter Nin, who tossed several Senmon towards him. He flicked his knife as he blocked and ripped through all of them before he threw the knife Lightning release. Storm chain jutsu. The hunter nin was waiting for something to happen, given that the place was already dark. So the sky getting a bit darker, he did not notice. As the ear in the back of his neck stood up, he'd move. The moment he moved, Naruto's knife were used as some kind of lightning rod, as a lightning strike where he was. He saw that coming as he backed up. He was fast, as Neji saw his impressive speed. But he was in mid-air, so he could not dodge when Neji launched a pure blast of chakra from his arm that slammed into the hunter in his shoulder, throwing him back violently. Zabuza cursed as it seemed like Haku was out of his league right there, as he had to block a strike from Kakashi. Flipping back, the both of them came to a stop, looking at each other. Tell me, Kakashi, that blonde seemed familiar, but I just can't place where I saw him before. But I imagine him being a wind user, not lightning as well. Kakashi ignored the question. Won't you try to help your comrade? He's severely outnumbered. Kakashi shot forward as they started to clash once again. Zabuza got the upper hand as he sliced right through Kakashi, only for him to burst into water. Mind your own team and don't mind mine, Kakashi. They're strong, but Haku won't be beaten so easily. He has skills that none of you haven't even seen yet. Kakashi frowned a bit at that. That was expected. But he looked towards Zabuza. The ability of Hayaton is useless against lightning. Zabuza was shocked. Oh. But he quickly threw it off. Ice is made of water, Zabuza. And lightning being a conductor, you know what will happen when techniques meet together. So that make your friend over there the worst match for Naruto. Kakashi spin through hand sign. Fire style. Fire dragon missile, he said, as he exhaled a strong, thick layer of white fire. Zabuza had to use the earth technique to block it, but the fire melted right through it because of the intense heat. And given the fact that he wasn't prepared to use it so quickly, he had to leap away. Meanwhile, as Naruto and Neji were currently trapped inside a massive ice dome, Neji spin as he blocked sandbombs from all around. As Naruto held out his hand, wind release, hurricane cutter jutsu, as he blew away all of them. Mirrors were all around the area. Naruto, I cannot see outside of here. I'm Byakugan in here. It's useless, said Neji. We cannot protect those two while we're in here. We need to get out immediately. Neji, you have to use that earth jutsu to get out of here. I'll take care of this guy. No one ever escaped this technique. You can't leave, the hunter said. Don't do anything stupid, said Neji. After all, we both know how stupid you are when you're alone. Naruto simply smirked. Way too melodramatic, Neji. But I'll be fine, he said, as he gave a smile back. As Neji started to sink, as Haku narrowed his eye as he watched Neji sink out of the dome into the earth. The demon brothers tried to attack the genin once again. Neji had enough of them. The both of you are in my field of divination, he said. The both of them turned, but they were too late, as they were assaulted back inside the dome. As Naruto blocked another set of sandbombs. That is very good of you, to risk your life to save your friends. But it is all for naught because you will be dying in here. And Zabuza-sama will get what he wants. What's up with you, said Naruto. The hunter nin said nothing. Despite being an assassin, with these needles of yours, you're not aiming for any vital points. You're trying to knock me out. Your voice even has regret in it. You try to hide as best as you can, but you're feeling regret. Why? Said Naruto. What I feel and think is irrelevant. I serve Zabuza-sama command. I am nothing but a tool. It is very sad that you think this way. Although a shinobi life is to protect their Kage and serve him, there are boundaries that make you go from a human to a mindless robot without programming. You say that you're Zabuza's tool, but I can say for sure if he choose to abandon you, you wouldn't like it, right? The hunter nin said nothing. If you saw Zabuza suffering, you would cling to your heart, hoping that that pain that he was feeling would subside. Because without him, you don't have a purpose in his life. Am I correct, Naruto asked? Once again, there was nothing but silence. Haku gathered up his sandbombs. He was a tool, an emotionless tool. He should not let words falter him at all. You're right, I don't like to kill, and I was trying to prevent it, but Zabuza-sama orders are to kill you. So prepare yourself. Sorry, but I can't afford to die, said Naruto, summoning 4 clones, as they went around him in a box, as they flashed Juhan's sign. Meanwhile, outside, Zabuza snarled as he saw Demon Brothers taken out. Seems I'm at a disadvantage by the number, Kakashi. But it doesn't matter, that blonde will be taken out by Haku. Earlier, you said that you couldn't place him. I'm gonna tell you something. And let's see if you get it. The winged dragon, said Kakashi. Zabuza's eyes went wide. No. Boom! The ice dome exploded as 4 massive hurricanes were dancing wildly around it. The rubble, wind style, tempest, dance jutsu. Everyone had to stick to the ground with chakra so they wouldn't be sent sailing. As Sakura had to hold on to Tazuna, Zabuza had to shut his eyes as Kakashi's back was turned towards it so he could see Zabuza perfectly. Zabuza saw something as he creaked open his eye. Something crashed right in front of him. As Haku was there, his clothes torn and he was in a bad state. Zabuza moved forward as Naruto saw concern in Zabuza's eyes. That was surprising. As Naruto got another memory, it seems 2 low-level thugs had managed to find Tsunami, but his clones had taken care of them, so there was nothing to worry about. As Haku's mask was broken because of the attack, Zabuza walked over and tested the boy's pulse. He was surprised. I chose not to end his life even though he tried to end mine, said Naruto. He has talent in the field, but he doesn't possess the emotional skill to face the burden. I can see, despite you being harsh on him and his training, you take care of him. After all, one has to be concerned to move the way that you did. Tell me, what exactly is he to you? Zabuza looked around as he saw Kakashi standing there. The Hyuga was behind him. The Genins were there and the Demon Brothers were out. He was the only one left. He was cornered. I found him in Kiri and adopted him as my son. Because of my condition as a Misenin, I had to train him to be a weapon, devoid of all emotions. Despite that, I don't want him to die. So I give up. I won't fight anymore. It was a lot of money, but my son's life is on the line here, said Zabuza. As he looked towards the blonde, he never knew that he was that strong. He really underestimated him. Kakashi turned his head to Sakura as he nodded, as Tazuna was leaded back home. Demon of the Mist, my ass, said a voice. Everyone turned their head. Beaten by a couple of children. How pathetic. Well, I guess you all did me a favor. I mean, so much money for one man who turned out to be a pathetic weakling. So now I don't have to pay you. Zabuza. Gato came out on the bridge in his suit as he was surrounded, as he had an army of bandits. Kakashi, Haku needs help. Why don't you get him healed up, said Naruto. Me and Neji will handle this. Nonsense, Naruto. You have been fighting earlier. Their numbers are large. You will need help. Zabuza was confused. Why are you doing this, kid? We all was your enemy a moment ago, Zabuza asked. Let's just say I sympathize with Haku. He confessed to me not wanting to kill, but he wanted to make you proud. His father. Both of us. Seems like we're in the shadow for our father, trying somehow to make them proud and surpass them at the same time. As Naruto cracked his neck, as Neji stood beside him, Zabuza then looked at Naruto, confused. As Kakashi saw the look, Naruto is the first son of Konoha Yellow Flash. It all made sense now. Well, if this boy wanted to surpass Yellow Flash, that was certainly a big goal to live up to. Well, he was strong. But could that actually work? I mean, the man was known as Yellow Flash, the fastest man alive, a man that is known for taking down an army by himself. Me and Neji will be fine, Kakashi. As Naruto gave him a wink. Believe it, he said. Kakashi looked at him with a stern look, as Naruto simply shrugged. As the group started to back away, leaving Neji and Naruto alone there with the bandits. Why is he underestimating you so much? Said Neji. They're just bandits. One simple wing technique and this is all over. He's just worried, said Naruto. But this will take a lot out of me, so it will be straight taijutsu in case one of them survive. But I don't think so. As Naruto speed through hand sign, Gato didn't feel anything, as he just got annoyed. Take this brat down! Don't let Zabuza and the others get away! A roar, tremor the entire bridge could be heard, as a massive winged dragon was created. No one survived. Time skip. At Tazuna's house, the both of them had come back. Naruto a bit winded but fine. So what now? What will you and Haku do? Know that Gato is killed. Hunter Nin has been on our tail ever since we left Kiri. I guess the only thing we can do is keep on moving and continue to work as mercenaries. I won't ask the reasons behind you become the missing nin. I'm not really interested in knowing. However, I have a proposition for you and Haku. And if you truly value his life, as his father as you say, you would think about it. The fourth Hokage was my sensei, and as such, I could discuss a possible place for the both of you in our shinobi force. By doing so, the hunter ninja would stop coming after you, and Kiri would leave you alone, since they wouldn't risk attacking the Hidden Leaf village, especially right now because of their current civil war, explained Kakashi. Zabuza frowned at that. As he looked away for a while, he got lenient because of Haku, but joining another village was something severely frowned upon, as he was considering every skill and pride he had, his reputation, being the demon of hidden mist. However, by joining Konoha, Haku will live a normal life, with a home, and comrades to fight beside him. Plus, he wouldn't be on the constant run from the hunter nins, coming after him to take his head, and killing Haku in the process as well, as he knew Haku would do anything to save his life. But this still needs some thinking on his part. Kakashi left him alone to mull over the idea. Meanwhile, as Naruto was asleep, inside his mindscape, the full moon illuminated the entire area as he saw Fenrir, the wolf boss, standing there. I can see that you've been busy, Naruto, said Fenrir. This is good. The one that bear the wolf mark has carried with dignity and pride. All of us are proud as having you as a representative in this ninja world. However, for the prophecy to be complete, there's one more step that you need to complete. Naruto nodded. The mark let you perform our jutsus, but for you to fully grasp the ability of the wolf clan, you must drink what we call wolf blood. It is just as the name, Naruto. By drinking it, our blood will mingle with yours and create a new being. Faster, of course, more powerful than you are right now, and more chakra. So I have to drink wolf blood? Fenrir nodded. Would my appearance change or something? Naruto asked. No physical change will occur, just inside your body. However, you will get the ability to transform into a werewolf upon seeing the full moon. While in that state, you can perform our strongest jutsus, wolf secret technique. And there is no downside. We wolf care for our pack, and we will never even think of harming one of them. However, the process will be painful, but something I'm sure that you can fight through. But you will need to tell your father because it will last for 72 hours. We will talk once you reach Konoha, said Fenrir. Time skip. Minato was surprised. Not many things could surprise Minato after all. The man had fought in a war. He had been attacked by army, bandits, samurais, all sorts of ninja, and yet he was still here. But to see Zabuza Mamaka in front of him, asking for asylum in Konoha, Minato knew Kakashi's intentions like every other Jonin. They knew about a possible invasion coming, and having Zabuza on Konoha's side, another strong Jonin, was a huge advantage. Plus, the man's son Haku had an ability towards ice. Yes, another big boost in Konoha security. Nevertheless, how would Konoha be viewed by the other villages? Kiri wouldn't really be a problem since you're too worried about their own civil war to focus on Zabuza just joined the Hidden Leaf. But others like Kumo, the Hidden Stone in the Sand, would prove troublesome. This will have to be discussed with both him, Kakashi, and Sartobe. Well, Zabuza-san, Haku-san, I'll take your request into consideration. Remember, while your skills will certainly improve Konoha Shinobi Force, I must take how other villages would view this arrangement. But you can stay here for the time being. There will be no harm fall upon you or your son. However, I ask that your presence remain a secret in Konoha until I reach a decision. Naruto-kun, would you be so kind to take Zabuza and his son to our house? We have some room that they could stay in. The two of them nodded as they made their way with Naruto. Kakashi, your team is dismissed. You too, Neji. Send my regards to your father and uncle. Leaving Kakashi behind. Kakashi, I want you to return in 2 hours. I will be discussing some matters with Sartobe, and your presence will be needed as well. Regarding Zabuza, Kakashi nodded. At the Namikaze household, Kushina felt sorry for the small little birds, as the place was quite warm, and they were cool enough in the water. It was because of those feathers, but at least they were cool enough now, as she was doing some laundry watching the birds. Kushina's days as a housewife was rather boring now, when looking at it from a kunoichi perspective, as her friend Mikoto had commented on occasions. But she had grew accustomed to it, taking care of her home and her children, and providing enough warmth. And today was like any other day. She woke up and fed Miseo, who just wouldn't stop until she got 2 bottles of milk, and she made breakfast for her husband. After he left, it was just her and Miseo who had fallen asleep. Yeah, today was indeed a regular day, just like any other. A big smile came on her face when she saw her son, as he arrived from Wave Country mission, without even a scratch, as she always loved to see him come back, fine and healthy. After all, as a mother and a doctor, she would freeze in fear if she saw anything wrong with her little Naruto-kun. After all, what kind of mother would she be if she didn't worry for her son's safety? But she saw Naruto bringing in some company, a rather big man, with a rather large sword. She was indeed a shinobi, and she knew exactly who that was. After all, he was famous, one of the 7 swordsmen of Kiri, Zabuza Mamakai, a A-rank missing nin, as she didn't know what the hell was going on. As she made her way and reached for a kunai that she hid in the kitchen, just in case. As she stood there, "Mom, I'm home, and I brought some Naruto paused, as his mother was standing there holding on to a kunai. As Naruto looked at her, of course, she would know Zabuza, given his, well, rank. The 7 ninja swordsmen were quite famous after all, as he had covered the both of them in overcoats. While going through the streets, he removed them while they came to the Namikaze household. Mom, I can explain," said Naruto. "Out of the way, Naruto-kun, this man is dangerous. Don't worry, I'll take care of him," said Kushina. Zabuza felt completely disarmed right now, as he wasn't holding on to his blade. And the way this woman was looking at him, so viciously. Zabuza never took it, well, as a threat, but he was dead wrong when she moved. As Kushina was blocked by Naruto, his trench knife blocking her kunai. Zabuza was shocked, as he never expected that kind of speed. "Mom, calm down, they're not the enemy. We met on our last mission. They came here, they want to join Konoha forces." Sometime he forgot that his mother was a ninja. As Zabuza looked at Naruto, the kid might as well just have saved his life. Kushina narrowed her eyes at her boy. He was not lying. After all, he would never lie to her. Kushina didn't start to laugh, as she said that she was kidding. All of them sweat dropped, as they knew that she was lying. "Well, why didn't you say so, Naruto-kun?" she said. "Please, take our guests to the guest rooms upstairs. I'll be there in a moment with some blankets and fresh towels," she said. "You know, kid, you nearly got me killed," said Zabuza. "Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to tell her before I came. Well, given the fact my little sister is here, she's more overprotective than ever. It would be wise if you didn't do anything to piss her off." "I think you're right about that," said Zabuza. "Haku, it will be in our best interest to keep everything at a low, calm basis while we're here." Haku nodded, as Naruto was a bit tired. Haku wanted to get some sleep as well, as Zabuza was a bit tired from the trip. So Naruto showed them the rooms were, as he ended up taking a nap, as he was awoken by Fenrir. "I take it that you're already home, Naruto. How soon can we begin?" "I will have to wait until my father arrives home so we can talk about it. I didn't get a chance," said Naruto. "Well, there's no hurry, I guess," said Fenrir. "But I want to know this procedure. How painful would you say it was going to be?" said Naruto. "The merger of our blood to yours is quite painful. There will be times when you will be begging me to stop, just to relieve that pain. The last one that went through it took 2 days and he screamed the entire time in pain." "Wait, are you scared?" Fenrir asked. "Of course not," said Naruto. "Well, after you drink it, the pain will be immediate," said Fenrir. "Well, if this will help me get stronger and live up to the wolf pride, as you always want me to." Fenrir nodded. "I'll do it," said Naruto. "After all, the stronger I get, the better I'll be able to protect my family." Fenrir really appreciated that because wolves look out for their own, and Naruto was always doing that. After all, that is the whole reason, a big part of it, why he made him the wolf contract summoner. After waking back up, Naruto gave Haku and Zabuza a tour of the house, as he then made his way to find his girlfriend. He arrived towards the field as he saw black blurs moving everywhere, as these were the trainees. As Naruto made his way over, "It's nice seeing you again, Nico-san," he said, as Yujiro was standing there in her mask. A smile came on her face as seeing her boyfriend, but she was wearing a mask so he could not see it. "What a pleasant surprise, Naruto-sama. So you returned for your mission safe and sound, I presume," she said. Naruto smiled and nodded as he watched envoys moving through the course, trying not to get blown up by a number of explosive tags all over the place. "I came by just this morning with Kakashi-sensei and his team along with Denjin. Now, either you're getting soft on them, or they're just getting better," said Naruto, as he watched the envoys move through the field rather easily. "Envoys, gather around," she said. In an instant, they were all in front of her kneeling. saying that you managed to improve and pass this set of course next week. It will be improving to make it more difficult. The path to a full-on blue member doesn't require flashy abilities in taijutsu or genjutsu. In the field, things happen out of the blue, and it's required of you to be prepared at all times. But great job all of you. Meet me next week. This miss, she said. She waited until all of them were gone. As she spread her senses around and she couldn't sense anyone, she pulled off her mask and she threw herself into his arms. I missed you so much, Naruto-kun, she said. She didn't give him time to respond as she planted a kiss on his lips. As the both of them fell to the floor, making out, she broke apart. So, did everything went fine in your mission, she said. Well, said Naruto, as he started to regale her about what happened. After all, he trusts her. She would never go behind his back and tell anyone else, after all. It was to be kept secretive while Zabuza was here. After that, she told him what she has been up to and how much she missed him. The both of them continued their game of their tongues playing together. Before, he asked her out to get some lunch. It's been a long while since they've been on a little lunch date. After all, they were a couple. And besides, that wasn't the only thing that they were gonna do for the entire day. They had some fun things to get to. But guys, the BN subs are right here. If you want the next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new series over on Anime King of what if Naruto failed the Genin exam and was given intense training. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy, guys. And stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a brand new episode over on Anime King 3 for you guys to enjoy. So stay in tune for that, and I really hope that you guys do enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and thank you all for helping your support. And if you're new, you probably don't know that I have 3 channels. This is Anime King 2, Anime King, and Anime King 3, guys. Links will be down in the description for Anime King and Anime King 3. I post what if on them every single day. So subscribe and be a part of the Anime King family and enjoy your daily what ifs on each channel. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting a brand new episode over Anime King 3. So stay in tune for that. The what ifs aren't done yet for tonight, guys. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. See you guys over Anime King 3. Peace.